Last July, the Republican National Committee raised nearly $21 million. Online fundraising efforts can claim partial credit for that number, but a couple of news items may be the real reason for the large war chest. It seems that Robert Mueller's testimony and the 2020 Democratic debates are also rallying the GOP.
Surprise, surprise. As the Democrats have been hard campaigning throughout the summer, the Republican ground game is actually kicking into high gear. By early next year, the RNC is going to have people canvassing in 20 states. Joining us to talk about the committee's fundraising efforts is Liz Harrington, the RNC's national spokeswoman. Liz, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, I mean, so these fundraising numbers, this is a true juggernaut that you guys are building here. We've got $20 million in July alone. I think, what is it, $100 million war chest. Now, you've got all this money. How are we actually going to use it in the campaign?
It goes directly back into the ground. It goes into a vast army of volunteers who are committed and want to be a part of this movement. And so we have 30,000 volunteers all throughout the country. They knock on doors, they hold community trainings, we're registering voters. We're constantly on new initiatives. We just kicked off an Open for Business tour throughout many Midwestern states and states in the South to highlight the successes of this administration and this economy. So we put it right back into our supporters and growing this great movement.
Yeah. So all my friends who pay attention to digital have been all aflutter, especially on the left, that that Donald Trump and the Republicans have spent more money on Facebook than all the Democrats combined. So you guys seems like you're also putting a lot of resources into social and digital.
Absolutely, and so we work very closely with the campaign as well. Brad Parscale, obviously the campaign manager, is a digital guru, and we focus on that. We want to target voters where they are, and we want to target them on issues that matter to them. And they see what's happening in the country, and they see what can motivate them to get back out to the polls. And so our data operation, the DNCs, there's no way they're going to be able to compete because we've invested $300 million since 2013, and we keep growing that information so we can talk about issues that actually matter.
How much time are you guys spending talking about the individual Democratic candidates? Are you meddling in the Democratic primary?
Yeah, so our RNC job is more fun because we can go after any one of these comrades and with them, it doesn't matter. But yeah, no, it's absolutely been a blast because they each say, every day they say something more and more crazy.
So Liz, what has raised you the most? Which events have you seen people get riled up in order to donate the most? Like, we have the Mueller testimony, we have the Democratic debates. What are the things that you see amongst the Republican electorate that are like, you know what, I got to give to the RNC?
We had a huge jump in July from the Mueller testimony, which by all accounts was a complete disaster for Democrats, and really kind of put a nail in the coffin of the collusion hoax. So that really helped us, and the cultural stuff really helps us. I know you've seen the straw, our straw sales, because people are tired of being told how to live their lives, and especially when you see the hypocrisy on the left, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama buying a mansion in the Hamptons on an island in Martha's Vineyard. They're not too concerned about the plastic straws in the ocean, I would say.
So that's not necessarily true. You can have nice things and be concerned about the planet.
Well, they probably think we have more than 12 years left. So what I'm saying is these issues really strike a nerve because people are tired of Washington telling them how to live their lives. And that issue in particular, we love tapping into those things because we bring people that weren't necessarily in the game, weren't necessarily political, and then they see something like this and then they start donating, and they've never donated before.
Is the president going to work at all? You mentioned climate change and the Obamas. Does the president have a climate change policy? Is he going to try to fix that problem?
Well, I don't know if you've seen, we have the cleanest air on record. While we're also...
I don't think clean air is what people are worried about. They're worried about rising oceans and melting glaciers.
We're also the world's largest producer of oil and natural gas, and we have a very clean environment. And this is a false choice that we need to spend $93 trillion or $16 trillion, that's what Bernie Sanders' plan just came out with, and take over vast sectors of the American economy, eliminate fossil fuels to have a clean environment. We've proven
that means no, you don't
that
have
is
a
a
climate
false
change policy.
choice.
That means no, you
Liz,
don't have
this
a
is a
policy.
good
We're
segue
good stewards
here.
of the economy.
Is that
We
you
don't want to take over sectors of the government and bring in socialism.
Well,
Put you down.
that's what you wrote about in Real Clear Politics, that Trump won't control your thermostat, but Bernie would. What exactly did you mean by that, by the government recommendation about raising your thermostat to 80 degrees?
So this viral story went
Yes.
out last week, and a lot of people were thinking, oh, what is the Trump administration doing? And of course, it was the Obama administration. It was a 2009 report where they recommended we sleep with a thermostat at 82 degrees.
It's pretty hot.
And obviously that was widely mocked, as it should be. However, Bernie
Depends,
Sanders...
summer or winter?
all the time. That was all the
Because in
time.
the summer, that's bad. In the winter, I don't know. It seems like it's a pretty generous amount of heat.
But the point is,
Sorry,
these
go ahead.
were recommendations under the Obama administration. The Democratic Party today is no longer Obama's party. This is a party that says we don't even need a border, we can decriminalize it. This is a party that says we got to throw out Obamacare and just move to single-payer healthcare system. Public option gets you there, regardless of what John Delaney says. But this is a party that has moved so far to the left, it's not going to be recommendations. If they think the planet's ending, we're running out of time, it's an existential threat, and we only have 12 years left, this is not going to be a recommendation under the Green New Deal. This is going to be a mandate.
So you're saying that you would foresee in a Democratic administration mandates for particular types of behavior, like
Absolutely.
Okay.
Look at Bernie Sanders' climate change Green New Deal, so-called Green New Deal. He wants to vastly expand cash for clunkers, which was a failed Obama administration program, and he directly quotes, he has his sights on the family conventional car to, quote, get them off the road. They're serious about this. They're serious about controlling what you drive. They're serious about the meat. You already have meatless Mondays in de Blasio's New York.
Have you had the the new burgers?
The Impossible Burger.
I've actually eaten them.
It's
They're pretty
meatless.
good.
It's not so
They're
bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
This is the future the liberals
Yeah.
want. Absolutely
bad.
not.
Look, if Burger King is selling it, everybody's going to eat it.
I don't want somebody to tell me to eat it, but I don't mind it.
But,
Yeah.
this is serious
Yeah.
stuff. You read Bernie's plan. It is so radical. It is complete government takeover, getting us off of fossil fuels. Renewable energy right now accounts for 17%. Do you know what that includes? 6% wind, 1.6% solar. This is fantasy land that in 11 years we're going to completely have renewable energy. Natural gas, that is what is driving our innovation. That's what's driving this economy, and it's in a cleaner way, and that is innovation. That's what the free market does.
Let me ask you one quick question before we go. You got a little bit of a kerfuffle of a breakout happening inside the party around the log cabin Republican endorsement of the president. We saw Jordan Evans, who's the only transgender member of their board, has resigned because of that log cabin Republican endorsement. How is the party handling kind of the dissatisfaction a lot of gay and lesbian and transgender people have with the administration on this policy?
We're open to everyone. We're open to any Republicans supporting us, and I think President Trump's made that clear. He was the first person to mention the LGBT community from the convention stage. So we're not concerned. We have not come out with a statement on this issue, but we are certainly open to anyone coming on board and coming on our team, because look, it's about the policies and it's about this growing economy, and it's about making America strong.
Yeah.
And that's an agenda that is really for everyone.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Liz.
Thank
we
you
really
for being
appreciate
here.
it.
Thanks for having me.
Next on Rising, millions of students are about to head back to college campuses.
On the Yard, they'll find people with all sorts of viewpoints. Deb Mashik, executive director of Heterodox Academy, I think that's how you say that, Heterodox Academy,
That's right.
says that is not a bad thing. She'll tell us more when she comes up here next.